Welcome back, guys, to a brand new weekly watch challenge video. I just want to take the time to thank all of you out there for watching my videos, taking the time out of your day. I'm nobody special. I'm just a guy sitting in front of a camera talking about movies because it's my passion. And I just want to thank you for subscribing, for commenting, all the nice comments and stuff like that, sharing the video. And, I'm just really humbled. That's the word I'm looking for, humbled. Uh, it means a lot to me. And I want to thank you guys for also participating in the Weekly Watch Challenge theme editions. My way of doing this is different than other people's. I go by themes every week. I've seen other people just do random movies, but I just do a certain theme. So I'm glad that you guys enjoy these, and I'm going to keep doing them as long as I can. So this week was Masked Killer Week. Basically, any movie that has a masked killer. Uh, and it's September 26th through the 30th. So I, once again, picked out 5 movies here to watch, 1 movie per day, Monday through Friday. And I tried to, look, when it comes to masked killers, right? You got the popular ones. You got Ghostface, you got Jason, right? Um, Michael Myers up there. I wanted to avoid the heavy hitters. And what I mean is like the most popular killers. I wanted to watch movies with, killers wearing masks that really aren't that popular. Maybe people do know about them. Maybe some people don't. Um, I just kind of wanted to mix it up. And I feel like the movies I picked are pretty good and some really good recommendations for you guys if you haven't seen them. So let's start with Monday. I watched a movie that was directed by Robert Hall, and it is Laid to Rest. Now, this movie has a very unique killer that wears a metal plated skull mask, and they call him Chrome Skull. He has the skull mask, and then he has a video camera mounted on his shoulder. And you can see these really cool knives with the brass knucks. Um, really unique character. No one ever talks about Chrome Skull. I think he's like one of the coolest um, killers. But basically, it's about this woman wakes up in a casket. It's locked. She wakes up with no memory, of who she is or anything. She escapes, and then she's being pursued by Chrome Skull, and everyone she comes in contact with, he's also pursuing him. So, um, very cool movie. There's also a sequel called Chrome Skull Laid to Rest 2. So, Laid to Rest is in the subtitle in the sequel. But yeah, guys, if you have not seen this, I definitely recommend you check it out. This is the unrated director's cut DVD, so yeah, definitely check that one out. All right, Tuesday, I watched a movie that came out in 1980, and it stars Jamie Lee Curtis. And no one ever really talks about this film because in the 80s she was booming with horror films. Terror Train. Now, I know people know about this film, but do they really know? Do they really talk about it? No. They talk about The Fog more. They talk about, obviously Halloween was 1978. But you get my drift. Like, they even talk about Prom Night more than Terror Train. You never hear people talk about Terror Train. But even David Copperfield's in this as the magician. Um, so, like, there's this party on the train, and this killer crashes the party, starts slaughtering the guests one by one, and they try to figure out who the killer is. This like mysterious magician. Um, it's a costume killer. There's like different varieties of ways he does it, but yeah, pretty cool film. Like it's been a while since I saw it. I think the last time I saw this, I was maybe a senior in high school. I think it's been that long. But I always knew about it. I just never rewatched it, but it was really nice to rewatch it. So, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis in Terror Train. Wednesday, I watched a movie it's absolutely one of my favorites. It still holds up today. I remember when I saw this, they had this movie, and then they had Hannibal with Anthony Hopkins. They had Hannibal playing on the other side of the theater, and I remember I watched both of them. And it is Valentine. Now this killer, he wears a Cupid mask, and he kind of acts like Michael Myers a little bit when he walks around in this like black long. It's not really a trench coat, but it's a long coat, and he has a kitchen knife, and he sort of like sits and stares at you through the windows and stuff. Um, he kind of reminds me of Michael Myers, but I like how he uses different weapons. He has the bow and arrow there because Cupids are all about their staples, kind of bow and arrows. Um, so I like the whole Valentine theme in this. Jeremy Melton. That's who the killer is. About these girls who bullied this kid when they were uh, in grade school, and you know, this kid basically, when he got older, he starts to get revenge on these girls. But you're trying to figure out who Jeremy Melton is. Like, he was bullied in school, but could he really be this killer that's killing these girls one by one? Sends them chocolates and letters that have to do with like um, they're like poems, but they're you know like threats basically. Um, awesome movie. I really love this movie. Moving on to Thursday, I watched Your Next. Badass film right here. So like there's this reunion, there's like this family reunion going on, and these three killers with different masks. You got like a lamb, a lion, like there's like different ones, and they each have different weapons. And this was really cool because it's almost like a revenge thing because the girl in this is she's a badass, but you don't see her as a badass until the third act, where she starts to not take their shit. These killers start killing everybody in this place, and she just doesn't take it. Like she fights back against these three guys, and there's also a twist that happens, and like really awesome film. I love the music. It just reminded me of it brought me back to like 80s slashers. It really, really this movie kicks ass. It really does. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. And then I ended the week on Friday. I ended with a movie that's definitely one of my favorite remakes. And yeah, it's just really well done. And it is the House of Wax remake. Basically, a killer in this that has a wax mask that he wears. Um, and I really love the story of the town that's basically uh, it's like a dead town, but like no one's there. But it is run by these crazy people who run the wax museum, and this guy who basically kidnaps people and turns them into wax sculptures with living tissue. Like it's almost like they're alive, but they can't move because they're covered in hard wax. So if you go like this, like you can see their skin and there's still blood and stuff. It's like they're preserved. He like preserves them in wax, so they're still like alive underneath. So that's really cool. Paris Hilton has the greatest death ever. I was hoping she would die in this film because she was annoying. All she does is take her clothes off, and in her like we get it. We've seen your porn tape, or at least I have. And don't judge me. And she strips down to her bra and panties. It's like, okay, I've seen more than that. Like you're not showing me anything. Like anyway, so yeah, these kids they go to this town where there's the wax museum, the House of Wax or whatever, and then this killer basically, they try to kill them one by one, but there's also like another family member involved and all that. So really awesome movie. Really love this. Like I said, definitely one of my favorite remakes, and I like the original too. So those are the five films that I picked that deal with masked killers. So recap: Monday was Laid to Rest with Chrome Skull. Tuesday was Terror Train with the magician character. And then Wednesday was Valentine with Jeremy Melton with the Cupid mask. Thursday was Your Next with the trio killers with different animal masks, and then Friday, House of Wax with Vincent, the killer Vincent with the wax mask. So um, really cool theme. I picked this theme out actually, and I thought it'd be kind of fun. So if you, like I said, I'd really love to hear your guys' take on some movies that you watched with masked killers. Let me know in the comments, or if you have a video, I'd love to see it. So now it's time to announce the theme for next week. And now this was brought to you by Thomas HorrorFan34, this theme that he came up with, and we're going to go with 80s slashers. So any movie that is an 80s slasher, that's basically what I'm going to watch and show you guys for the next week. So yeah, that is the new theme. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, this is Rob signing off, and I'll see you guys next week.